One issue right now for Kansas is their RPI, but when you look at their standings in the Big 12, they look like they're in good standing to go to an NCAA tournament. Coach Jennifer McFalls in her 8th season has done a great job at finding a way to get this team turned around, and we'll talk about what the difference has been for them. And for the Cowgirls, right there, you see Ruby Malin in the circle. There's no doubt as to why this Cowgirl team has been so successful. They finally had a non-Ruby Malin victory in Game 2 of the Baylor series this last weekend, but it's been a minute for them since anybody other than Ruby Malin has won a game. And here's the way the Kansas Jayhawks will bat it around today. They will start with the center fielder, Presley Limbaugh, followed by Anna Souls, the first baseman, Haley Kripe, the shortstop. Ella Boyer, a fantastic freshman off this team, is a designated player. Campbell Bagshaw at second. September Flanagan third. Ainsley Lindup is the right fielder. Bailey Amezquah, sorry, apologize, looked that up. Now I second guessed myself. Amezquah, the catcher, will be behind the dish today, and Caden Stafford is the left fielder. And that's the way the Kansas Jayhawks will lead it off here in the top of the first. Again, a 3-game set, big set for both these teams. The Cowgirls have won every series in the last 5 in Big 12, including a couple of sweeps in the middle of that, and trying to continue that that momentum for this Kansas team. Able to take on Iowa State, won 2 out of 3, got a walk-off on Sunday to beat Iowa State and take that series as we are underway. Presley Limbaugh batting .384. She is 11th in the Big 12. Limbaugh, a senior out of Cooper, Texas, Cooper High School product. And starts out 0-1. We'll start out 0-2 as that one just gets past the foul line in the left field side down that third base line. It was close, but just bounced outside that line as Cowgirls were in pursuit. Cowgirls have the shift on right now. That's J.L. Austin in left. Nobody in right field here for Limbaugh. And they're going to continue to pitch her outside and force something there. So the Cowgirls have 3 on the left side of the second base bag. First and second normal. Tia Warsop is in center. J.L. Austin is in left field. And Claire Tim, I should say, is in center. And Warsop is backing up in the infield right here. So essentially you have 2 shortstops for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Ball fouled, count will stay 1-2 for Limbaugh. The pitch, slapped, Ruby fields it, throw low, but nice pick by Lexi McDonald, and 1 gone in the top of the first. Kind of a slow roller, awkward position, but you see the athleticism of Ruby Malin, not just able to pitch, but can also field very well. It makes the throw in time over to first, and that will be the first out. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 22, Anna Souls. And that left side spins that one out of play for strike number 1. Souls, a junior out of League City, Texas. Clear Springs High School. Comes in the ball game. Batting .360 on the season, and count evens 1-1 with her. Season started on February 5th as far as games are concerned for Oklahoma State. Cut and a miss for Souls. Lost that ball game to Stanford February 5th. For Kansas, started February 6th. They got a big win over Bethune-Cookman 12-0. The way the Cowgirls opened up that brand new Stanford Stadium on February 5th. And that one just outside 2-2. That seems like an eternity ago as these two teams now embarking on their last regular season games and regular season series of the year. Here comes inside. Crowd wanted the call, didn't get it, and looked like Ruby felt like she had the call as well. So the count runs full at 3-2 to Souls. And Souls, the first baseman for the Jayhawks. The pitch, swing and a miss. That one dropped off the table on her, and the first strikeout of the ball game for Ruby Malin. As the 187th K, as we take another look at it. As I said, it just absolutely dropped off. Great job there. Ruby Malin 24-6 on the season. That is tops in the Big 12. 200 2/3 innings pitched, more than anyone by nearly 70 innings. 2.13 ERA, third best in the league. Now 187 strikeouts and only 49 walks issued as Haley Cripe, the shortstop, will be the third batter to the plate for the Jayhawks. And the check swing. Maybe even got a piece of it either way. Didn't hold up in time either way, and now the count 0-2. Haley Cripe batting .365 on the season. That pitch outside, 1-2. With the numbers for Cripe this season, she's got 54 hits on the season. She's got 15 home runs, so with a throwaway pitch, very careful there was Malin to Cripe. Here's the 1-2. That one a little tall away. Just seeing if she's going to protect and chase. Doesn't. You definitely don't want to give her anything over the heart of the order. 15 good for second on the team with those 15 home runs. Ruby's only given up 18 all season. Inside pitch off the plate. Count full again for the second batter. Audrey Schneidmiller blocks it behind the plate, getting the start at the catcher position. Making up the other half of the battery for Malin. (3-2). Another strikeout. So a good start for Ruby Malin as she strikes out the last two batters of the top 6 on the season with a 3.5 ERA, 64 innings pitched, 66 Ks, and 46 walks issued based on balls issued this season. Let's take a look at the Cowgirl batting lineup. Here's the way it will look. Claire Tim, the right fielder, followed by Carly Godwin, the second baseman. Rosie Davis at third. Lexi McDonald at first. Amanda Hassler will be the designated player, followed by Warsip. Schneidmiller, the catcher. Jones, the shortstop, and J.L. Austin.
Leading off for the Cowgirls, the right fielder, number 18.
Tim will lead things off, the right fielder, to get things going. The senior out of Buena Park, California. And Barber, one of about 5 kids on this staff that has pitched almost the same amount of innings. They have several that have pitched within the 55 to 65 inning range. It is truly a committee, bullpen by committee, start by committee, relief by committee for Coach Jennifer McFalls. First pitch off the plate, as is the second, so a 2-0 count for Tim to start. Tim batting .354 on the season. In her senior campaign, having a fantastic year, worked her way up the lineup to start leading things off for Oklahoma State. Batting .469 as a leadoff hitter, as there is a strike in. The count 2-1. Seven home runs for Tim on the season. That one hit and poked up high to the shortstop as Cripe drifts to her right and makes the catch for out number 1. So Kansas gets the first out of the inning.
Number 14, Carly Godwin.
Number 41, Cripe. And number 14, Carly Godwin, the second baseman. The Cowgirls out of Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina. Batting .317 is Godwin. 6 home runs, so the Cowgirls have 13 home runs out of the top 2 spots. There's a pitch, climbs out of the zone. Count evens at 1-1. It'll be a fun weekend here in Stillwater. Lots of Diamond sports activities on campus. Huge concert in town. That one's out of the zone as well. 3-0 to Godwin. Kansas in town for this last series of the Big 12, last series of the regular season. And this is number 3 and number 4 in the standings. 1 game separates the 2 teams. 2-1. Called strike on the outer half. That evens at 2-2. Chance to talk to Coach about Chloe Barber in the circle. Going to throw in the upper 60s. She's going to hit 65 to 67 pretty consistently. And her changeup is on. She's tough. And she struggled with her changeup as that one is skied high out of play. But her pitch has a lot of natural movement as you see the scramble to get that foul ball. Barber's ball has lots of movement, leaves it over the plate occasionally, gets herself in a little bit of trouble. But when you're hitting 65 to 67, as she is, gives you a chance to keep the batters off balance. And there's an example of that off speed. Way out front, Barber, a junior out of Lino Lakes, Minnesota, White Bear Lake Area High School, and a Wichita State transfer. Here's the 3-2. That one is out of the zone, and so Godwin will get the walk. That is the 22nd walk Godwin has earned this season. So the Cowgirls have their first base runner aboard in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Rosie Davis, who has been such an incredible clutch hitter for the Cowgirls all season long. The third baseman out of Readyville, Tennessee, a junior. High and inside. Started the season at second base, moved across to third. Had a outstanding shiner on that eye earlier in the season. Took a ball at practice to the eye and refused not to play, and played through that and has been exceptional in all of her efforts here this season in her junior campaign. Takes that one for the called strike. 1-1 now to Davis. Barber, 64 innings pitched. And that one is hit high center field. Limbaugh comes in and is able to make the catch. Godwin will retreat back to first. So the Cowgirls now with 2 outs. Godwin at first. You can see Souls over there fighting the sun, using that glove initially at first base to kind of protect her vision so she could get the signal. And it brings up Lexi McDonald, the first baseman out of Silo, Oklahoma. Batting .351. Takes ball 1. Lexi's on-base percentage, .472. Takes ball 2, 2-0. If McDonald can get on, Hassler awaits the designated player for Oklahoma State. And would obviously put a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. 2-0 is outside. Nope. Take that back. Felt outside with the, not looking at the monitor, but we're off the straight line just a little bit, so hard to detect. It looked like it was outside, but the umpire called it a strike. That one is spun out of play. 2-2 now the count. The umpires, the home plate umpire is Dustin Douglas. At first is Keith Kearney. And the third base umpire is Garrett Knowles. 2-2. Out of play again. Good protection there by Lexi McDonald. Defensive swing, made good contact, fouled it back. And as the public address musician plays Staying Alive, it's exactly what Lexi McDonald does, stays alive with that swing. Soft roller to Souls. Steps on the bag, out number 3, and we are through the bottom of the first. Cowgirls strand 1, and Kansas comes to the plate at the top half of the second. Let's take a break from Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is Big 12 softball. Ella Boyer, the designated player, a freshman. Boyer out of Spring, Texas, Oak Ridge High School, just a freshman. She has been the Big 12 Freshman of the Week multiple occasions. Fantastic player, and just kind of been one of those kids that has soaked it all in, has made the most of her opportunity. Coach McFalls told me that she is fun to coach. Huge personality. There's a big cut right there. So she's done a great job. In fact, Kripe kind of took her under her wing, and she has blossomed with that leadership and has had a very good freshman campaign as the count goes even at 2-2. Just named recently to the top 25 NFCA all freshman, best freshman in the country. So 1 of 25, and she'll go down swinging, and she is the 3rd consecutive strikeout for the Cowgirls and Ruby Malin. So 3 quick strikeouts on the board for Ruby. Came in with 186 up to 189 now. And that'll bring up Campbell Bagshaw, the 2nd baseman, batting .310 on the season. Bagshaw out of Topeka, Kansas, Washburn Rural High School. A senior for Coach McFalls and this Jayhawk squad. It's fouled away, and the count 1-1. Got a chance earlier today to talk to Rich Willigman, former head coach for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls and assistant coach for the Kansas Jayhawks. He knows these programs, both these programs, very, very well. A chance to visit with him about these seniors. He recruited a lot of those seniors, helped recruit a lot of those seniors, and Coach McFall told me exactly that. Still very much an imprint from Rich Willigman on this team. Coach Wiggs, big part of that, and obviously glad to see this team have a chance to make a run to the NCAA tournament. As another swing and a miss by Bagwell. Excuse me, by Bagshaw. Question has been, will Ruby start to wear down? She has shown no signs of fatigue as that one is hit to 3rd, and throw across for out number 2. So after a strikeout, interrupted there with a ground out to 3rd, but 2 gone for Kansas here in the 2nd inning.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 12, September Flanagan.
That'll bring up September Flanagan. 3rd baseman, .317 hitter. Local kid out of Morrison, Oklahoma, just down the road. Flanagan, a junior, played at Morrison High School. I have a feeling we have a few Morrison Wildcat fans here to support Flanagan in this ball game. Count even at 1-1 this pitch, and that one is hit off the edge of the bat. And the hose by Aubrey Jones on display right there across the diamond. Out number 3, and we go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's 0-0 at Cowgirls Stadium. Cowgirls back to the offensive side of things as we continue. Designated player for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls in the bottom of the 2nd. Hassler, a senior out of Avon, Connecticut, batting .298. 12 home runs on the season. And Chloe Barber in the circle. There's a big swing and fouled back 0-2. Coach said that this team stuck together. They had an understanding that what the process would look like, and ultimately they kept getting close. And finally, the senior said, "Coach, what do we got to do?" She talked about dedication in the weight room, dedication in getting better in the practices. That one is up tall, 1-2. She said, you got to stick with the plan. And she said they've done that. They've been great leaders. So these seniors who have had good buy-in their entire time just finally got some success, and it's all coming together for them right now. As that one is high and inside on Hassler as she bows away from that one. 2-2 the count. That's been the reason why there has been the change, and they don't have what they would consider a dog in the circle. They just got a lot of kids that are really good, and they can rely on any of them at any point. That one is popped up, and a little bit of an awkward spot. Drifting way out into left field is Kripe, and she will make the play. The outfielder Stafford and Limbaugh from the left and center were coming in. Kripe calls them off, and Hassler pops out to short. So one gone in the bottom of the second. Cowgirls have only had one base runner. Kansas yet to get a base runner. They've gone down in order both of the first two innings. Cowgirls got a walk from Carly Godwin in the first. One gone here in the bottom of the second is Tia Warsop, the left fielder from Northampton, England. Grew up mostly in the United States, but was born across the pond. The left fielder, a junior. Batting .338 for Oklahoma State. Now when she slaps to third, Flanagan makes the throw. So the Morrison, Oklahoma product able to throw that across and get out the Northampton, England product and Tia Warsop. Going to bring up the 7-hole. Andre Schneidmiller, the catcher. Burleson, Texas, a senior. An absolute picture-perfect showing of what resilience looks like. Fought through a lot of adversity in her time. Stayed the course, overcame injuries, overcame players that were better than her initially. Stayed and worked. And now the dividends are being seen for this young lady as the 0-1 count called strike 0-2. Batting .315 on the season, does have 3 home runs. Has become the trusted battery mate of Ruby Malin. The 0-2. That one is hit into center field. Limbaugh will stay right there. Find a little bit of sun, but makes the catch. So the Cowgirls go down in order. Both cities. She's a Westmore High School product. She's one of 3 Oklahomans on this roster for Kansas. Kansas only has 4 from the state of Kansas. Lead from Morrison, Shawnee, and Westmore High School. Inside pitch rolling inside, and the count 2-0 to Linda. In the right fielder, batting .313. Getting a chance to play back in her home state. About an hour north of her old high school. That one fouled off. Count 2-1. And you can see how close these two teams are in their records. The Cowgirls just 1 game ahead of Kansas in the standings. 14-7, good for 3rd. 13-8, good enough for 4th for Kansas right now, and that one is in there for strike 2-2. Only 2 teams ahead of these 2 teams are Arizona. They're only 1 game ahead of Oklahoma State. And Texas Tech, which is going to win the league at 20-2. That one spun out of play. Cal will stay 2-2. 11 teams play softball in the Big 12. Out of the 16 teams, 11 play softball, and they will converge on Oklahoma City for the Big 12 tournament, rather. For the automatic qualifier to the NCAA tournament. The Cowgirls will be an at-large bid, as will Texas Tech, as will Arizona. Texas Tech will be a national seed. Arizona, Oklahoma State trying to be host sites. As that one's hit in the power alley, and that one is at the wall. That's going to be a potential double. It is a double. Sliding in is Linda, and the first hit of the day for either team, and the first base runner of the day for the Jayhawks. Linda hit that perfectly in the alley between Austin and Warsup, and grounded first with all the intent to get to second. Head first slide. You could see the dirt, and she earned every bit of that as she got the double. Now to bring up the catcher, Bailey Amezquah, and tries to bunt that over, trying to get situation for a sack situation. Play a little small ball, but that is fouled, and Amezquah will settle back in with an 0-1 count. Batting .309 on the season. Out of Lee's Summit, Missouri, does lay that one down. Beautiful bunt, moves the runner over, and now a sac fly situation does give Kansas a chance to take the lead here. Well done by the catcher. And now the Cowgirls going to make sure the defensive alignment is right. Coach Carrie Everly will come out of the dugout to make sure they are on the same page as far as the battery is concerned. Coach Berge will come out and talk to the rest of the infield about defensively what they want to do. Now again, you have, and Coach McFalls will obviously talk to the batter and the runner. What will they try to do here? As Cadence Stafford, the left fielder, will have an opportunity for a sac fly. Obviously, she'd love to stay alive and get a hit. The other thing, they could go suicide squeeze. They could try to squeeze it. Let's see what they're able to do here. Trying to get the early lead. Cadence Stafford batting .319. 7 home runs on the season in that 9-hole spot. 30 RBI. Lady out of Bentonville, Arkansas. First pitch to her is tall. Again, little unique in her power and her percentage in that 9-hole spot. Couple of open bags, even though there's only one out. Be interesting to see if they go here, how aggressive the Cowgirls are. And the answer is going to be very aggressive right there. Came right at her and over the heart of the plate for a strike. Big moment in the ball game, big early moment for these. Her bat has been much more alive here in the last 10 to 14 to 15 ball games. Batting .336. Makes a called strike on the outer third, 0-2. And terrific crowd here. The sun's still shining in the circle. The shadows starting to creep, though, across the field just a little bit. Jones behind, and Barber feels like she's got her in a good spot. Just misses right there with a 1-2 count. I think Barber wanted to know where she missed. And that pitch was just off the plate. Barber lined up on the right side of the rubber that time. Really came animated from the right side, and that nearly got Aubrey Jones in the helmet. We're trying to back her up a little as she is now 2-2 even in the count. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout. That is the first strikeout of the ball game for Barber. And she's got one out here, pitching well for the Jayhawks and Coach McFalls.
Center fielder, number 34.
Going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, J.L. Austin, the center fielder for Oklahoma State. Way out of Owasso, Oklahoma. Takes ball one, batting 259 rather, for J.L. Austin. There's a check swing, and it just goes foul. Very alert on both parts. J.L. Austin realized that ball was close to staying in off the check swing, so she took off. And Flanagan, recognizing that she had a chance to get to it before it went foul, came in charging, but by the time she did touch it, it had just gotten off the white line. See Barber inhale, exhale. Get yourself ready to go here against this very powerful offensive lineup for Oklahoma State. There's a strike. It's right down the middle, fastball. Talked about her numbers. She can hit in the upper 60s, and that looked like it was mid to upper 60s there as it came right down the middle. A bit of bullpen action for Oklahoma State. A little tall. Looked like Riley Crandall out there to me, as she's out there with Presley Downing, maybe both of them actually up and throwing for Oklahoma State. Seeing a little bit of action as well in the Kansas bullpen is Blakely Barber. That one is hit. Second baseman flips the hips. Nice job. And out number 2. Good job there by Bagshaw. Again, got it. Flipped the hips. Opened up. Made the throw. And out number 2 is J.L. Austin grounds out to second. 2 gone. Cowgirls still with just 1 base runner so far in this ballgame. Cowgirls have been held hitless to this point. Let me go through the lineup a second time as the 1-hole hitter, Claire Tim, will get an opportunity here in the third. Right fielder popped out to shortstop her last time and takes ball 1. Great power by Claire Tim. 7 home runs in that leadoff spot. There's a called strike, 1-1. Tim batting .352 now on the season. How's that one out of play? And look out below as that one went flying over the dugout and the deck, and then took a drop down towards some fans in the standing room only section. So Tim falls behind 1 and 2. 2 gone. Batting .385. Grounded out to first, her first time up, and she leads things off for the Jayhawks here at the top of the 4th. And off the plate. I'm talking to Coach about Limbaugh. She said this is a young lady that is very good to hitting a lot of different ways. She's more than a slapper. She actually said she's a pain in the butt for opponents. She's such a hard out as that one is fouled back 1 and 2. She's not just a slapper. She runs well. She's got power, enough power to keep the defense off balance. Mostly a line drive hitter, but a very tough out in league play. And Cowgirls are trying to get her out for the second time here. This one is again batting .385. Just 1 home run. Not going to hit with home run power, but enough to get around the bags, and the count goes to 2 and 2. Talk to Coach about this game and what some of the keys are as the 2-2 is deflected, and there's the speed. Man, that's a crazy base path down the line for Limbaugh. She was inside out, but she got there, and another hit for Kansas, their second of the ball game. And there's that conversation I had with Coach McFalls that she's a pain in the butt for the opponent. Just hard to get out in league play.
Number 22.
Use her great speed to get down the line and present a base runner for the Jayhawks. But Coach McFalls told me the keys to this one is don't let Ruby frustrate you. Hannah Souls, the first baseman, struck out her first time up, batting .358. She's got 12 home runs. She does have home run power. She's going to get her strikeouts. That's what Coach told me. She said, but you can't let her frustrate you. Just stay the course. Execute. We cannot strand runners. Of course, they didn't strand a runner, but they tried to get a tag up at third, and the Cowgirls made a terrific play to prevent the go-ahead run by Kansas. So we've got to keep playing solid defense. They've done that today. Our bats have been hot and cold. We need our bats to warm up again, according to Coach McFalls and what she's looking for out of this one. 0-2. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Ruby Malin. That is her fourth of the day. So Souls strikes out in back-to-back ABs. That'll bring up Haley Kripe, the shortstop. Kripe struck out her first time up, and she's out in front of that one, 0-1. Mentioned Kripe, again, a strong leader. The year that Ella Boyer is having, she's been phenomenal. Again, on the top 25 National Freshman of the Year watch list. That's a called strike, strike two. And a lot of that has come with Kripe just kind of being a young lady that has taken her under her wings and been a strong leader for this program, as many of the seniors have. Batting .362, spins it back into the net. Count will stay 0-2. For Ruby Malin, came in with 200 2/3 innings pitched. Not even close in the Big 12 is number 2 on the season. As we look at the 0-2. And there's a strikeout looking. That is only the 14th time this season that Ruby Malin has thrown a strikeout looking, and does so right there. So back-to-back strikeouts for Souls in her first two. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kripe in her first two. The second one looking, and that brings up Ella Boyer. She too struck out her first time up and fouls that one off. Looking at the numbers again for Ruby Malin as that one is spun back over the press box. Ruby has pitched, came in 200 2/3 innings, and you can add 3 2/3 to this one today. Number 2 in the league is Lauren Sherman for Iowa State with 136, so 64 less innings per on the season, as that one's fouled the other direction. Boyer staying alive, showing some good power there, some good discipline in that 4-hole as a freshman. Ruby has pitched a lot of innings for Oklahoma State. That one out of up and away. So I mentioned only the 14th, I said 13th, actually only the 14th time this season that Ruby Malin has gotten the strikeout looking. She usually does it with big cuts, but that ball is moving down, moving up, and batters are typically chasing it, as that one is just off the plate. 2-2. Kansas crowd likes it. The home crowd wanted the call. Runner at first. Kansas has 2 hits today. Oklahoma State does not have any. That one is hit right and will get out of play. Limbaugh, the center fielder, is at first. That was a single. That was the second hit. The first one was the Lindoff double in the third. And she got caught on a coming home on a tag-up situation. Great play defensively by Tia Warsup to get the out and to keep the score 0-0. And there's another strikeout in the emotion of one Ruby Malin. Got another strikeout. She strikes out the side after giving up a single. Great pitch right here. Boyer way behind it, and the Cowgirls go back to the offensive side of things in the bottom of the fourth after another. The gift shop, and then we got the grandstand, and a lot of great stuff here as Carly Godwin check swings and a strike. Godwin got the walk her first time up, the only base runner for the Cowgirls so far today. Give Chloe Barber credit. She is looking for her 9th win, has pitched extremely well today. And that one off the plate, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Barber to Godwin. Inside ball 2. Due up for the Cowgirls, Davis and McDonald. Hassler just around the corner as well for Oklahoma State. Heart of the order up for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls right now. Second time through for Oklahoma State. Well, the second time through for Barber to see these same batters. The adjustments are always interesting in this game as that's a strike 2-2. How do you pitch them around them a second time, and what kind of adjustments are the batters making? Always a chess match in these games. Now it's fouled out of play, especially when you consider there's 3 games. So top of the order could very feasibly have 4 at-bats in a ball game, but say it only happens one time, you get 3 the other time. You're talking about 10 ABs against these pitchers. It's one of the advantages that Kansas has in so many different pitchers capable of coming in. That one is a changeup, hit off slowly towards third, and Flanagan makes the throw in time. So good job there. Godwin out in front of the changeup. Flanagan, the Morrison, Oklahoma product, able to make the throw over to Souls at first, and 1 gone. Now to bring up Rosie Davis, and there's the goose eggs for Oklahoma State. No hits in this one so far. It's a ball to Rosie Davis, batting .318 now. Rosie flied out to center field her first time up. That is smoked foul. That is a shot, and it's a wake-up call right there. Everybody on that left side just woke up. Cowgirls coming off a sweep of Baylor and beat Tulsa 5-0. Ruby Malin's 9th complete game victory consecutively, matching Carrie Eberly Parker's efforts about 5 years ago, back in 20. Tremendous effort. Cowgirls right now again have on a 6-game winning streak, also beating Arizona, beat number 4 Texas, swept Baylor, then Tulsa, won 9 of their last 10, and that includes a win against number 1 Oklahoma, which lost earlier today to Texas A&M. Cowgirls have beaten Texas A&M this year. Texas A&M 9-8, the number 8 team in the country at the time, just before Valentine's Day. That man's team's schedule has been phenomenal, and they have handled it well. 3-1 pitch here to Rosie Davis, and she draws a walk. Got to be careful on a hitter's count to her. They were too careful, and Rosie Davis will become the second runner for Oklahoma State. Still looking for their first hit, though, as you see Coach Berge at first, making sure Rosie's understands the situation. 1 gone, 1 on in the bottom of the fourth. Very good pitching effort by both teams so far. Barber will now face Lexi McDonald. Flying out to center field. Back in the first, and takes ball 1. I don't know why it's so much fun to say Silo, Oklahoma, but I say this all the time. She's got to be the pride of Silo. I'm sure Silo is looking in right now. Spun foul, strike 1. And activity by Presley Downing and Riley Crandall, both up for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. We had Blakely Barber pitching earlier in the bullpen for Kansas. Looks like they are pretty content. Coach McFalls told me we have a lot of different styles. We don't do it with one pitcher. We bring in a lot of different kids that can throw different stuff. As that one is a shot right off the hand of Flanagan. Great job by Rosie Davis. She froze and then was able to take off again and safe at second. So that's the first hit of the ball game for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, and that is a blast towards third. Flanagan, great job just to get a hand on it, gloved it, and then knocked it down. And there's Rosie, froze, and then takes off again, and so she's safe. So the first threat for Oklahoma State. Going back to Coach McFalls, though, she said what we do is we keep players ready all the time. They're always throwing. They're always keeping pitchers ready at any moment. Look in the dugout for the Jayhawks, and that ball hits Amanda Hassler. And Hassler's done a good job this year getting that done. So the Cowgirls have loaded them up here in the fourth, and now some conversation, and there may be, as you see the work going on in the bullpen, may be a challenge as to whether or not it hit her. And they've said no, it did not. And so a little bit of a conversation out front. The umpire's going to break that up and say, let's get back to action. One gone, bases loaded. Cowgirls have not had a hit until this inning. They still only have one, but a hit batsman and a walk have gotten this thing loaded up for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Cowgirls threatening, and we're going to have a pinch runner for Oklahoma State. That is going to be number, I got to look and see. I think that's number 33. I believe that's Jake Hughes out there for Oklahoma State. Nope, excuse me, that is Gabby Castillo. The freshman out of Richmond, Texas, will be coming on to run at second here in the fourth inning, and the Cowgirls have an early 2-0 lead. Barber has been exceptional. It's only the second hit she's given up. Did hit a batter and issued a walk, and now Hassler is at third. Warsup is at first. Runners on the corners with one out. Cowgirls may be getting another pinch runner in. Kenny Gajewski, King Midas. Everything he does turns to gold, and I don't think he's ordering post-game meal just yet. Trying to get some food delivered, I doubt that. You see everybody looking at those wrists, and what's going on there is Kenny is actually signaling what he wants at first as far as what kind of play. Does he want a fake steal? Does he want a double steal? And the Cowgirls do have a pinch runner in. That's Macy McGrath is at third. And again, the electronics, you do it electronically with a phone-looking iPad type of device, and everybody's got the electronic wristband that allows them to see what the call is. And there's a throw. The Cowgirls again looking for the double steal. Kansas not going to fall for that. They're going to give up the base, and that means Warsup is at second. Macy Graff is pinch running, and she is at third. Cowgirls have runners at second and third, both in scoring position for the catcher Audrey Schneidmiller, who's batting .303 with runners in scoring position. A couple of RBI situations for her. Opportunities right here as that one is off the plate, 2-0. Schneidmiller popped out to center field, back in the second in her first AB. 3 home runs. She does have the ability to get it out of the yard. Not much wind at all here today. And there's a called strike, 2-1. In Oklahoma, on the first day of May, that's a unicorn. Back 2 RBI singles. And the Cowgirls have put 4 on the board. Barber got a glove out. Macy Graff was able to score, as was Tia Warsup. And the Cowgirls in business now, to the delight of the crowd. Brings up the shortstop, Aubrey Jones. Struck out her last time up. Takes a strike there, batting .333, batting .361 with runners on. She's got that with Audrey Schneidmiller at first. So the Cowgirls grounded out, but then they had a walk, single, hit by pitch. 2 RBI single, 2 RBI single. Still have a base runner. Still just 1 out. And off the end of the bat, Aubrey Jones. She will race to first, and just in time. Flanagan was able to get there, barehanded, plant, and make the throw just in time. Good effort by the third baseman as Aubrey Jones just couldn't quite beat that out, but the Cowgirls do move Schneidmiller to second. That'll be a runner in scoring position as Schneidmiller's there for J.L. Austin, the center fielder. Like to up her percentage with runners in scoring position at 179. Has, again, seen some good stretches. Freshman, obviously you see sometimes it happens once you become the victim of the scouting report, once the video is available. Been able to scout her well. Does have 5 home runs for Oklahoma State, 16 RBI. Looks for another one here with an 0-1 count. Out of the zone. Here's the 1-1. That one is hit, flared, and great play by Kripe. Haley Kripe runs back over the shoulder and saves potentially another run. But the Cowgirls get 3 hits and they punch 4 across. The Cowgirls have a 4-0 lead as we take a look at that fantastic play right there. Extended, stretches high, makes the catch, and gets Kansas out of the... They're trying to get right back in this thing, and Campbell Bagshaw will try to do that. Get them started here in the top of the 5th. Takes ball 1. Ruby Malin has 6 strikeouts in this game. She had 9 against Tulsa. As great as she has been all year long, she does not have a double-digit strikeout day. 9 the most against Tulsa. Her last time out was her 9th complete game. As that one is hit. Jones, the arm. That's elite. Backhands it, turns, and almost didn't even get all the way open and was able to just muscle it across the diamond. That's a hose. Didn't even get a chance to get her full body into it. It just shows the power that she has. Terrific job right there on the throw across the diamond. So ground out for Bagshaw. That'll bring up September Flanagan. She hits it high. She hits it to the track, and good conversation with the freshman. J.L. Austin and Tia Warsup are on a path to collide, and they don't let each other get distracted. This is incredible communication between 2 young ladies. That one's a freshman. The one that makes the catch, and how about Warsup coming off of it late? Fantastic communication, and it's a great play in the outfield for Oklahoma State. Great job. That's why she's out there. She's got terrific speed, makes great catches, and Ruby has been phenomenal, but there's been some terrific defense played behind her too. Ainsley Linda, right fielder, doubled her last time up, and this was going to be hit over to McDonald. This time she'll step on the bag, and that's going to do it. 1-2-3 for the Jayhawks. They go quietly at the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom half of the inning. The Cowgirls lead it by 4, looking to do more damage in the bottom half. Back right after this. The Cowgirls, though, on the almost that entire time. And got one of our sponsors out there as Claire Tim leaves the yard. Claire Tim now has 8 home runs on the season. That's a solo shot, another RBI. That's 30 on the year for her. And the Cowgirls have a 5-0 lead. Exactly what the Cowgirls wanted to do here in the inning. Chloe Barber still in the circle for the Jayhawks. And with a walk today. Tries to get her first hit. By the way, Macy Graff is going to be in left for the Cowgirls. Tia will be in right. They just got that note, and there's another smoke ball. Just a little bit out front on that changeup. And Chloe Barber looks in with her hands up. When I used to have a coach that would say, anytime I see a kid's hands up, I know there's problems. Don't show me your palms. As Chloe Barber looks inside, looks in that dugout almost for affirmation about what you want here. And again, the Cowgirls starting to hit the ball hard right now. Godwin showed that power she has as that one's fouled out of play. 1-2. Two of the hardest hit balls we've seen all season long for Oklahoma State. First by Tim, the Tim Reaper to the right field, and Godwin laced that one foul down the left field side. There's a 1-2, and she was going for the fences. That's a great pitch, great call, and Godwin swung out of her shoes for the strikeout. On the day for Barber, that is her 3rd strikeout. So despite giving up a home run, comes back with a strikeout. Nice effort by Barber there, and that'll bring up Rosie Davis, who is 0 for 1 today with a walk. Obviously, great power here as well, as first pitch to her is a ball. The pitch, that one is hit up and will get out of play. Now 1-1. Get to some of the other Big 12 scores. Baylor trailing Texas Tech 4-1. Arizona leading Utah for the Cowgirls to move up to the 2nd spot. The Cowgirls need to gain on Arizona. They have a 1-game lead on Oklahoma State. Would appear they are not going to let that happen today. They're in the bottom of the 4th, leading at Utah, by the way. It is on the road. Arizona State, BYU. Scoreless in the bottom of the 1st, the 1-1 count there. I mentioned this earlier, but Texas A&M did beat Oklahoma 8-5. Scores of interest. Trying to find another Big 12 score. I think we got them all in there for what's already underway. That one is smoked. Batter's eye, walk it off, and the Cowgirls have another home run. Sound the horn for Rosie Davis. That's why they call it the gift shop, because you're always going to have a souvenir out there, especially if Rosie Davis has an opportunity. Excuse me, yeah. Young lady that has been, again, in the rotation. She's one of the young ladies that they feel like can really pound the zone, and she can be a calming force for them. Talked about the balance of this team, though. So Ludwig has had 36 innings pitched. Blakely Barber 54. Chloe Barber now 68. Partridge 65. And Washington 68. Truly by committee, keeping in mind what Ruby Malin has thrown. Over 200 innings. And you have 4 kids that have pitched over 54. And now going to Ludwig, who is getting her 36th plus inning of work, and throws a strike to Lexi McDonald. Singled her last time up. That one runs off the plate to McDonald, and the count 1-1. Keep in mind, Cowgirls are in run rule territory. Change up, McDonald waited on it, fouls it back 1-2 to her.
You're on it, Lexi. You're on it.
Ludwig, a imposing figure in the circle. 6'3". Wondered if I was making that up, but no, she looks the part as McDonald swing and a miss. And there's out number 2. Going to bring up, as we take a look at this one here, it just dropped off late for the strikeout, and that'll bring up Amanda Hassler. I mentioned earlier, Amanda Hassler has been hit often, by far the most for the Cowgirls. Last time up, she was hit again. That was her 12th time. Eventually comes in to score, and she has been a magnet for the yellow sphere coming in quickly. 12 times on base by way of hit my pitch, and ahead here 1-0. Amanda Hassler popped out to short in the second. That hit by pitch came in the 4th inning. So her 3rd at bat of the day. 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a run scored. Good off-speed pitch for a strike. 2-1. Talking to Coach McFalls about this atmosphere, we've seen a lot of great shots. She described this place as the toughest and loudest place we will play. The best atmosphere we've been in all year long. As there's another off-speed. She said she described Oklahoma State fans as tough but fun. She said when it gets loud, it gets loud, and my young kids don't know what that sounds like, but they're going to hear the crowd and just got to stay the course. And this crowd has gotten loud on several occasions today. As Amanda Hassler going to earn another one, headed down to first.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9, Tia Warsaw.
So to bring up Tia Warsaw, who had the 2 RBI single back in the 4th. After the walk by Amanda Hassler, and again, run rule territory if Warsop can find a way to score, and Hassler does as well ahead of her. Hassler starts to take off, then comes back on the season. Amanda Hassler stolen 6 times on 8 attempts. Good 75% of the time. Here's the 1-1. Inside. Good job as Mezqual tried to frame it. Just tried to pick it a little bit too much. Good look inside the helmet of Tia Warsop, the speedy Tia Warsop. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Cowgirls were held hitless through 3. Put up 3 shots, 3 runs, or 3 hits rather in the 4th, and 4 runs. Have added 2 more solo shots here as that one is hit up the middle. And stepping on the bag is Kripe, not even making the throw, and that's how it will come to an end in the 5th. But the Cowgirls, home run by Claire Tim. Home run by, called it one of the best and toughest environments we're going to see, as her catcher, Mezqual, is leading things off here in the top of the 6th. And Winston and Copen, yes, boys, you were right on the assessment. You are spot on, fellas. 309 hitter is Bailey Mezqual. 2 home runs on the season, trying to lead things off and get Kansas going here. The catcher, and had the sac bunt her first time up. This time check swing and the appeal, but she did not come around. Swing and a miss. Off speed right there. You know, you look at Ruby Malin, and we've talked so much about her drop ball. That's what she came in here with. And she used that very well last year. That was her pitch. Then she created the rise ball and added that to the repertoire as well. And there it is. And that's right on cue for the strikeout. So that pitch right there has been added. And then on top of that, she's now doubled up her amounts of changeups, which is how she got the second strike and then came right back with a rise ball. 6% of the time, it's not often, but it is well done. And as we talked about, typically the batter is chasing that, as that is out strikeout number 7 for Ruby Malin. And the pitch to Caden Stafford, the left fielder. One to 0 on the first pitch with just off the plate. Here's the 1-0, and that one a little bit low, 2-0. Stafford is the left fielder, lined out to left field her first time up. And in fact, that was the Warsip play, which Warsip caught it and then made the throw home and got the tag, running tag off of Linduff, who had the double and then got thrown out at home. So great effort there, and Stafford looked like she had an RBI, but Warsip did a great job. Now Macy is in left, and Tia Warsip has moved to right. Actually, take that back. I think Claire Tim is now back. As that one is lined over the head of Austin, and the throw will be just a little bit late. So give Stafford credit right there. Another well-hit ball, and she is standing at second with a double. Second double of the day for the Jayhawks. As I said, that first one, she lined it to left. It looked like it was going to drop for a hit. She's hit the ball well, and that time she just lifted one over J.L. Austin's head at center field. And gives Kansas life here in the top of the 6th. Ruby Malin has gone the distance. She's got 7 strikeouts so far today. 9 her season high against Tulsa the last time out, looking for her 10th consecutive complete game victory. And a strike to Presley Limbaugh, the center fielder. She grounded out her first time, but singled the second time up. That one just off the plate. Count will even at 1-1. Limbaugh, great speed. We talked about this. She kind of had a, coach told us she could hit with power, not a power hitter, but she hits more power than just a slapper. And she turns on the speed. And right there you see a big cut. The reason she got that single before, she took a very bowed path to the first base, but showed great speed. As this is the 3rd time she's faced Ruby Malin. Here's the 1-2. That ball broke late. And the home crowd thinking they had another punch out, as did Ruby Malin, I think. She felt the same. As it turns out, it's a good take by Limbaugh. Back to the electronics again, so different than calling out the numbers as they once did. There's a changeup. Strikeout number 8. That's a heck of a pitch right there. I said it a minute ago, she's about 6% of the time she's going to throw the changeup. And right here, Limbaugh just didn't think it was coming. So great job there, and becomes a second out of the inning. That's a second strikeout. Now Stafford is able to go to second. Gets the steal, so she is at second for the Jayhawks. Now it's up to Anna Souls, the first baseman, trying to keep things alive for Kansas in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss, 0-2 the count. First game of 3-game series. So much pressure on game 1. Can't sweep if you don't win game 1. It's a lot harder to win the series if you don't win game 1. Talked to Coach McFalls about that as well. She said this is a big series for both teams. They understand the emphasis OSU's going to place on the series. Kansas needs it to continue to help them prepare for postseason, give them opportunities. It is a game she knows that there's going to be people watching this game, and the committee's going to have their eyes on this game. So it's a great chance to be in front of those sorts of people, plus just continue their momentum that they have built. 1-2 misses, 2-2. Check the runner. Souls again batting .355, but she's 0 for 2 today with of the 8 strikeouts. She represents 2 of them. Here's the 2-2, fouled it off, stays alive. Batting .355 and batting .412 with runners in scoring position. Chance to get Kansas off that goose egg. And great job, and then stretched it here. Was able to get underneath the tag, and that's the first run of the day for the Jayhawks. Cowgirls did switch it back. They put Tia Warsop back in left, Claire Tim back in right after moving Macy and Claire Tim for a minute. There's a hit over to third, and Haley Cripe will ground out to third for the third out. But the hit by Souls does create a run on the board for Kansas. They're back within 5 as we go to the bottom of 6. 6-1 our score. Cowgirls on top as we continue with Big 12 softball. Pinch hit opportunity right here for Audrey Schneidmiller. Hoffman has 2 home runs in her last 2 opportunities in the game. She was had a pinch hit opportunity against Texas, the number 4 team in the country. A 2-run shot gave the Cowgirls all kinds of insurance. And then against Tulsa, she had a 2-run home run as the designated player, earning more opportunities. And still in the circle, that's Lizzie Ludwig, the senior, 6'3". Again, stands tall in the circle and is facing Hoffman. And the pitch off the plate, 1-1. Madison Hoffman, a redshirt freshman coming off of a knee injury. Tore her ACL, Lee Summit, Missouri. Also a young lady from Lee Summit, Missouri, Chloe Barber, who started the ball game on the other side. She's a sophomore and a redshirt freshman, so these 2 young ladies probably very familiar with one another. As Hoffman ahead in the count here, 2-1. It's been slow to get back and has just done a great job of continuing to work and giving herself opportunities, and has made the most of them here down the stretch. She is a counted upon pinch hit designated player for the Cowgirls, and the count now 2-2. The 3-2, and Kansas faithful calling for a strikeout. Didn't get it. Count runs full. Cowgirls ranked 3rd score for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. So another home run for the Cowgirls. That's the 3rd one of the game. It's the first one given up, however, by Ludwig. Cowgirls will go with a pinch hitter as well. This is a young lady the coach has told us on several occasions, speaking of Coach Kenny Gajewski, that she just needs more opportunities. We've had a hard time finding them, but she deserves them. She has done what she needs to do to get these opportunities. Speaking of Montgomery Henderson, the freshman out of Katy, Texas. Henderson batting .429 with 3 RBI on the season. Takes the strike there. This is her 22nd at-bat of the season. Count even at 1 apiece here. Hits that one foul, and the count 1-2. The 1-2, and that one's inside 2-2. Cowgirls, again, do not anticipate being a national seed, but if they can sweep, win the series to sweep, go to Oklahoma City, get another opportunity against top teams like Texas Tech or Arizona, they're going to be closer than a lot of people might have anticipated as Henderson watches that one come across for the strikeout. The first strikeout of the inning for Claire. First one of the day, I should say, for Claire. For Claire on the season, that'll be her 3rd strikeout of the year. Job of coming in right there, making something happen. And the Cowgirls will go to the bench again. Another pinch hitter for the Cowgirls, and this is going to be number 71, Jaden Jones, the older sister of Aubrey Jones, who hit a home run earlier this inning. Jones would like another opportunity to add another one on the board, hitting from that left side, batting .206 on the season. She's got 14 RBI. Virginia Tech transfer. Big cut at that one, misses. It's 0-2. The 0-2 fouls that one back, stays alive. They played at Virginia Tech last year. Aubrey Jones coming to Oklahoma State. Jaden gets an opportunity as well to come here. Played a lot of second base in the first half of the season. They were the middle part of the infield for Oklahoma State. Hard-working kid, hard-working family, and been a great addition to the program. That one is a proud foul ball recipient right there. Yep, take a bow. Made the journey from Lawrence, Kansas. The 0-2, there's a changeup high out of the zone. Good job by Jones there to back away from it. 1-2 the count. An equally good job by Samantha Clare there with the 0-2 count to have a throwaway pitch. Just see if somebody's chasing. Nobody at home there. 1-2. Another one comes in, and that time Amezquar was unable to block it. Nobody on the bags, no harm, but that ball had a lot of late movement on it. And the count evens at 2-2. Big cut for Jones. Got her head out a little early there. You can see her moving on the swing and will strike out. So back-to-back strikeouts for the Cowgirls. Now to bring up Carly Godwin. She lasered one into left field foul. On the next pitch, changeup got her way out front, swinging out of her shoes. She is 0 for 2 today with a walk, but she is due. Batting .312 with tremendous power for Oklahoma State. But give Claire credit. Has only pitched 2 innings coming in, and she has struck out 2 batters, and she's ahead in the count here on Godwin. 0-2. As if the staff could get any bigger for this Kansas team and Coach McFalls, but my goodness, this is a great effort here by Claire. We're already about 6 deep in the circle. That one in good pitch. 0-2. Do not give anything to Godwin that could end this ball game right here. It's Kenny Gajewski. Again, you're up at this point. He wants to finish. He wants to finish not only tonight, the series, the season, and get an opportunity in Oklahoma City. Don't know that I've ever been around a coach that's less satisfied with good seasons. If you don't win the last one, you didn't get it done, and that truly is the mindset he has built here at Oklahoma State. Here's the 2-2. That one spun back, and great effort there by Amezquar. Couldn't quite get there. I don't know if it made contact with the lower part of the net anyway, but she came back and got out of the haunches and was on the move. Great effort. So the coaches for Kansas. Here's the 2-2. That one is hit. Second baseman Bagshaw throw to first in time. We will play through 7. We go to the top of the 7. But the Cowgirls, home run by Hoffman, home run by Aubrey Jones. 2 more on the board, and the Cowgirls have an 8-1 lead. Take a timeout. Back to the top of the 7th in Stillwater. Will come in for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, and that one is spun straight back. So we will not get the complete game again from Ruby. The Cowgirls instead electing to go to Riley Crandall on the season with a 5.47 ERA, 6-6 on the season. Riley Crandall has pitched 73rd innings this season. And gives up a big shot to right, but just big enough to get to the warning track as Ella Boyer will fly out to right field. There's out number 1. Boyer again, great power and great effort there, but just not enough as Claire Tim able to track it down to the warning track.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Campbell Bagshaw.
Riley came in relief in game 2 against Baylor in Waco. Was a little shaky for just a moment and then was extremely sharp, and that ball got underneath the glove of Aubrey Jones. It spun just underneath it. You could see she had her glove backhanded, looked like she was there, but Bagshaw is able to get the single, and a runner on here for Kansas trying to stay alive in the 7th.
Number 12, September Flanagan.
Now to bring up the Morrison, Oklahoma product, September Flanagan, third baseman. 0 for 2 today, grounded out, flied out. And looks at strike 1. Riley Crandall coming right after her right there. Again, Riley has been a starter much of the season for Oklahoma State. Crandall has appeared in 24 games. This is her 25th game. Throws that one off the plate, 1-1. Nothing but praise from Kenny Gajewski and this staff of how good she is, how much talent she possesses, how good she is fundamentally, but her confidence has been the problem. Has all the right tools, just has had confidence issues, and maybe they feel like they've worked through some of that in her last appearance and starting to change her role a little